Meet Grant, James and Glenda. They're all experts in the building industry, and they've offered to help point out some of the things you'll need to keep in mind when working out your sum insured figure. But first, let's remind ourselves of what sum insured means. Houses are now largely insured on a sum insured basis. This is a capped replacement cover that's based on how much it would cost to completely rebuild your house in the event of a total loss. And as the homeowner, it is your responsibility to ensure that this sum insured figure will be enough to cover the rebuild cost. One way to do this is to multiply the square metres of your house by a dollar value per square metre. But as every house is different, how do you work out what's right for you? Perhaps Grant can help us out with what needs to be considered on a typical new build.
A good place to start is a classic new home. This one will give you a good idea of what a typical new build could look like today. It's based on our classic specifications and was built from quality, cost-effective materials. Even on a new home, the quality and type of materials used can make a big difference to the cost. For example, exterior cladding like linear weatherboard, the type of joinery and the size of the windows, plus other choices such as flooring and bathroom fittings.
Very nice. But what if your house isn't the newest kid on the block?
Villas are a great part of New Zealand history, and what sets them apart from a more standard build are the period features, like detailed fretwork, non-standard weatherboards and double-hung timber windows. While interior features, like pattern detail and lead-light windows, plus an extensive use of native timbers, all add to the character and the cost of rebuilding these homes compared to what is commonly built now. Character homes, such as this one, often have high ceilings. Rebuilding to this height would require a lot more framing timber, plasterboard and labour, while features such as high skirtings aren't mass-produced and need to be purchased from specialised companies.
Of course, there are always those people with grander designs, who build or renovate houses with higher specifications and custom features.
Most high-spec homes are architecturally designed and use high-end materials. These factors would contribute to higher rebuild costs. Often a big contributor to rebuild costs for houses like this one is size. Large and multi-storey houses mean far more materials are required and the approach to construction is more complex. And while high-spec homes vary from build to build, you often see more unusual things like the use of non-standard or oversized building materials and shapes, like these sliders. Automation for things like lighting, music, heating and alarms, plus expensive fixtures and wall coverings. And let's not forget swimming pools, as they can be expensive, whether it's one like this or a simple in-ground plastic pool. They all add considerable cost if they need to be rebuilt. You'll also need to think about outdoor decking, paving, fencing and any outbuildings, and ensure that these are allowed for in the rebuild cost.
So, as you can see, there's a lot to think about when considering the rebuild value for your home. Can any of you give us a ballpark cost to rebuild?
Well, we can, because we're building new homes across the country every day and in a range of styles and specifications. So the cost per square metre could be anything between $1,500 to $3,000. Many factors can impact this cost, whether it's single or multi-level, where you're building, your particular section and the style of the house. Of course, these figures don't take demolition or debris removal charges into account.
There are tools and resources available to help you decide on the right sum insured for your house. There is an independently provided calculator available on our website that can give you an estimate based on the information that you provide. Ultimately, the responsibility is yours to ensure you have sufficient cover to rebuild your home. For more information about sum insured and links to professionals who can help, visit our website.